Multicaster Reroll was discovered last patch, and it has become one of the strongest comps right now, even after the B patch. And in this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about the comp. This is a comp that wants to go for 3-star units, and we'll get those by slow rolling at level 6, and we will do that with this board, where Galio is our main tank, and Twisted Fate is our main carry. Our 3-star priority is TF, Galio, then Talia. You can also go for 3-star Swain in some cases if you hit a ton of him. In that case, drop Talia or Vel'Koz and add them back in at level 7. After hitting all the 3 stars you need, you will start pushing levels and eventually end up with some variation of this board at level 8, and I'll get into the different versions you can run over there later in the video. Twisted Fate is our main carry, so we prioritize making items for him first. He has one core item, and that is blue buff. This is because he will almost instantly cast with this item. His mana pool is quite high, but with 4 Multicaster, we also regenerate a lot more mana, and you will also get a ton of mana back from blue buff whenever you get resets. His second and third item depend a little on what you need. In some games you will go for healing, and in some games you won't need it. You will pick 2 of Giant Slayer, Deathcap, JG, Gunblade, and Guardbreaker to be your second and third item. The best combinations are any of these 5, so pick whichever you can make first after you figure it out if you need healing or not. After you made TF items, we want to make items for Galio. He will get one of his 3 items from the Demacia trait. His second item will always be Ionic Spark. This is crucial for the comp to work, as it shreds magic resistance of the enemy team, making your TF and other backline units deal way more damage. The third item for Galio wants to be Stoneplate, Sunfire, Bramble, or Protector's Vow. After having made items for TF and Galio, you will either make items for Vel'Koz or Talia. Which you pick depends on what kind of components you have, and if you're going to be 3-starring any of them that game. Both of these carries want the same exact items, with 1 mana item and then 2 AP damage items, which are essentially the same items as TF wants. If you get a spatula, there are no good things we can make, so just ignore it and turn it into Attack Jason's Crown if you can. The win condition of this comp is to hit multiple 3 stars and then get great items for TF and Galio. The best legends to run to obtain that goal is Twisted Fate and Lee Sin. Twisted Fate gives us the ability with Pandora's items to get best in slot items on all our champions. Lee Sin is also great as we will do a lot of slow rolling with this comp, and his augments allow us to hit a lot faster. I will note that Twisted Fate makes this comp a lot more consistent, and he is my choice if I want to play this comp. The best portals for this comp are Godwillow's Grove, Mara's Omegnum, Erin Mount, Scuttle Puddle, Shuriman Bazaar, and Cardinal Arcology. The best augments for this comp are Perfected Repetition, Pandora's Items, Magic Wand, Golden Ticket, Jeweled Lotus, Frequent Flyers, Return on Investment, Army Building, Silver Ticket, Bronze Ticket, Long Distance Pals, Infernal Contract, and Know Your Enemy. I mentioned a lot of augments there, and the best ones out of those are Perfected Repetition, Magic Wand, Golden Ticket, Return on Investment, and Long Distance Pals. If all that info was a lot to take in, then check out the cheat sheet for this comp. It's available for patrons and YouTube members. Here is the Lux cheat sheet from the last set, so you know what to expect for the TF Reroll cheat sheet that is available right now. In the early game, you have some different approaches. You can both win streak and loss streak depending on your opener. Since we will slow roll at level 6 with this comp, you don't have any leveling or playstyle restrictions on stage 2, and we are free to play any way we want. The best opener for this comp is to already have TF on stage 2, but that will not always happen, so an opener you can more consistently hit is Cassiopeia with any frontline, although Bruisers are the best as you get Shurima through Renekton. You can also open Fort with this comp, and then look to all in on stage 3-2 at level 6. It's a consistent strategy, although it can be risky at times. When it comes to items in the early game, you will first make blue buff for TF, then make Spark for Galio, then make the second and third items for TF, then make the last tank item for Galio. After that, you will make items for Talia or Vel'Koz. That's about it for stage 2, and if you want to learn more about how to play the early game, then check out my guide where I go in depth on that subject. And after you get to the Krag's round on stage 3-1, you should try to have built blue buff or at least have 1 tier for it, and you also want to have a component for Ionic Spark already built. Additionally, we really want to have 2 Multicaster active on stage 3-1 so we can get Multicaster specific augments on stage 3-2. Once you reach level 6, we will start slow rolling, and we will do it with this board. Our 3-star priority is TF, Galio, then Talia, and sometimes Swain. and you will slow roll at level 6 until you hit at least TF 3-star, but we also really want to have Galio 3-star here as well. By stage 4-1, you will generally need to have 2-starred almost every unit on your board in order to be stable, so it's fine to roll down a bit here in order to hit the 2-stars you need. Similarly, by stage 5-1, you will need to roll down for your 3-stars if you haven't hit them already. The reason for this is that on stage 4-1, a lot of players will all in at level 7, and on stage 5-1, almost every player will all in at level 8. And we will take a lot of damage if we don't power spike with them. Once you've hit all your 3-stars, you will level up to 7 and then play Swain. But if you didn't 3-star Swain, you can drop him to play Taric or even Shen instead. At level 8, you will always play Strategists with Swain and Azir, or you will have more frontline with Taric and Shen. As mentioned in the item section, there are no good emblems to make with Spatula, and there are really no good emblems you can get from Tome or Augments with this comp. Therefore, we never really changed our comp at all besides those 2 final variations at level 8. General positioning with this comp looks like this. We have Sona next to TF. This way, he will get hit by Sona's spell, resulting in him getting more attack speed, which gives him more cast quicker. Our other backline units are on the opposite side. This is to not pull all our power onto one side, so we are less vulnerable to enemy Jarvans and Scions. Galio is between our frontliners. This is to make sure Radiant Redemption gets a lot more powerful, and it also makes sure that he stays alive longer and makes the spark active for longer. Now moving on to some in-depth examples. Against the first guy, the big threat is Multicaster. We have Jarvan jump the enemy Multicaster, and we also make sure to have our TF on the opposite side of the Multicaster as well. He will be one of the last units to die, and he'll deal a lot more damage this way. Against the second guy, the big threat is Kai'Sa and Bel'Veth. Much of the same idea here as the last example. Make sure that Jarvan sends the Fiora and Bel'Veth, and also split up our backline so that Fiora and Bel'Veth will have to walk a good amount before taking out our backline carries. Against the third guy, the big threat is Nyla. We will get CC'd here regardless of what we do, since we have both Sion and Jarvan on their team, but we will still split up so that TF does not get double CC'd. Same idea again with a TF on the opposite side of the enemy carry to make him stay alive longer. You can also check out this guide in a written format over on Tactor, and if you want to see more of my written guides over there, then check out my profile to see more of the other content I've created on that platform. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want cheat sheets for any of my comp guides, they're available for you to members and patrons, and the links to join those are down in the description. And if you want to get better at TFT, join the Discord. We got over 9,000 other players there who are hungry to climb. And if you want to get coached by me, the information is over on the Discord server as well. So take care and see you in the next video.